it's Chrissy, and today I will be revealing the KBN Top 10 Reads of 2016. I hope you enjoy. I'm pretty sure every single book blogger goes through this every year, trying to narrow down their top reads of the year. And for me, I felt bad leaving anyone off the list. There were so many great reads and great books this year that I had a really hard time narrowing it down. I did manage to narrow down my list to 10 reads, and a lot of these are ones that you already know are going to be on my list, but maybe some of them will surprise you. The countdown will start at 10 and end at 1, being my #1 read of 2016. I've taken snippets from each of the video reviews for these top reads. One of them I did not have a video review for, so I'm going to start with that one, and that's number 10. Charged is the story of Avett and Quaid. This is a continuation of the Saints of Denver series from author Jay Crownover. The first book was Leveled, the second book was Built, and now we have Charged. Charged revolves around Avett and Quaid. Quaid is a lawyer, and we met him in Built, and Avett is a little troublemaker. I'm pretty sure maybe if you've read the Marked Men series, you may have met Avett before. I have not yet read any of the Marked Men books. They're all on my Kindle. I don't know what's stopping me. I know I'm the only Crownover crowd member in there that has not read the Marked Men. I'm pretty sure. Really sorry. But I'm going to get to them because you guys know how much I love the author Jay Crownover. Anyway, so this story revolves around those two, and it is quite the pair. We have the straight-laced Quaid, who is a ex-military lawyer, and then we have Avett, who is a hot mess, who's young and trying to figure out her way in the world, and she is such a breath of fresh air in Quaid's life. So I'm going to read a little bit of my review from Charged for you. Avett is a wild child who's found herself locked up wearing prisoner orange when she meets the legal eagle Quaid. Quaid is her attorney, and even in the not-so-wonderful situation Avett finds herself in, she takes notice of his hotness. Quaid reminds me of a Tootsie Pop. He has his hard exterior and is all business on the outside, but hidden inside is this soft, loving man who only ever wanted to be loved in return. I gave Charged 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars, and I said I am totally smitten with this legal eagle and his hurricane Avett. He's the guy no one likes. Despite winning 2 national championships, J.R. Ace Anderson was sent packing from his old school after losing the trust of his coach. At Southern U, he has the second chance to prove that his college legacy isn't endless debauchery and selfishness. But his reputation precedes him, and his teammates offer a chilly welcome in the locker room. The one person who is willing to accept him is the very woman he should stay away from, his new coach's daughter. She's the girl everyone loves. Bryant Johnson's only goal in life is to make others happy, even at her own expense. One look at her father's new star quarterback, and she knows the Ace is her next project. With a reputation for being a jerk whisperer, Bryant has spent her last 3 years at college reforming sorry behavior and turning bad boys into the best boyfriends ever. In Ace, though, she's met with a surly resistance and a sizzling attraction she doesn't expect. Fixing this wounded warrior will be her biggest challenge yet. Not falling for him will be even harder. Between her big heart and his damaged one, a battle is ensuing. In this game of love, every defense will crumble. The third book in the Gridiron series, written by Jen Frederick. The first was Sacked, the second one was Jocked Blocked, and now we have Downed. Ace has left his previous school. He's starting over at a new school in the South, and things are done quite differently in the South as he finds out. And she likes to take bad boys or boys that treat women poorly and turn them into Southern gentlemen. Trust me, you are not going to be disappointed. Just like the other 2 books in this series, I got completely wrapped up in this story and totally fell in love with Ace and found it hard for me to get into another book, which we call a book hangover. Down 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars. You have got to read this book. Friends like these. It's the end of summer, just before I start senior year with my two best friends in the whole world. Dustin and Emily are everything to me. We've been inseparable since middle school, and when we're together, nothing can go wrong. But things aren't always what they seem. Em's turned into a drunken mess who parties too much. Dustin and I have hooked up a few times, and now he's ready to take our relationship to the next level. Yet I'm not sure I want things to change. I'm scared if I take it any further with Dustin, our friendship will be ruined forever. Then there's Ryan, the new guy. He's hot. He flirts way too much, and Em has totally set her sights on him. So when my best friend betrays me in the worst possible way, guess who's there to help me pick up the pieces of my broken heart? Ryan. But he's so confusing, annoying, sweet, and sexy. I want to trust him, yet he makes it so hard. What I really want is for everything to go back to the way it was before I found out that best friends make the worst kind of enemies.
The story of Just Friends revolves around three friends that are very best friends. They're tight, they're the Three Musketeers, but one summer they start to go their different ways. Our main character, our heroine, her name is Livy, and she goes away for most of the summer to her father's house and leaves her two other best friends, Em and Dustin, home alone. When she returns, she finds that Em has brought in a new friend to this trio and has had kind of a relationship with him over the summer. So it's this weird love triangle, crazy, angsty teenage triangle thing. So you have Liv, who is our main character, and she has been kissing Dustin. Now, over the summer, something happened with Dustin and Emily. Em brings this new boyfriend, Ryan, into the group. I feel like I need to have a pie chart or something to show how everybody connects in this story. You'll know why when you read the book. Something major does happen, and Liv does find something out, but I'm not going to tell you that. This book is incredible. I absolutely call this as being one of the top reads of 2016. Mark my words. One of the top young adult reads, I should say. This book has excitement, it has sex, it has drama, it has angst. Everything you want in a good book is in this book. I absolutely give Just Friends 5 out of 5 Krissy stars. This is an absolute must read.
It started off as a battle of wits. Me, the ordinary girl with a big mouth, against him, the sexy bastard with a big ego. I thought I'd hit the jackpot when I was upgraded to first class on my flight to London. That is until he sat next to me. Gabriel Scott, handsome as sin, cold as ice. Nothing and no one gets to him. Ever. He's a legend in his own right, the manager of the biggest rock band in the world, and an arrogant ass who looks down his nose at me. I thought I'd give him hell for one long flight. I didn't expect to like him. I didn't expect to want him. But the biggest surprise, he wants me too, only in a way I didn't see coming. If I accept his proposal, I leave myself open to falling for the one man I can't manage. But I'm tempted to say yes, because the real man beneath those perfect suits and that cool facade just might be the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I just might be the only one that can melt the ice around his heart. Let the battle begin.
Finished is the second book in the VIP series from author Kristen Callahan, and the first book was Idle. The very first chapter of this book lets you know that this is going to be a fun ride, and no pun intended. So we have Gabriel, who's the manager, and he's very prim and proper, always British, and he's very straight-laced. And then you have Sophie Darling, who is pretty much a free spirit. She says whatever she is thinking. There's no filter. But she's sharp as a tack. Oh my gosh. I was so sucked into this book. I have to have more, and I have to have it now. I did start this book really late, and I started it late at night, and I stayed up until 4 o'clock in the morning reading this book because I could not put it down. 5 out of 5 Krissy stars. You guys have got to check out this book.
New York Times and USA Today best-selling author Jay Crownover returns with her most complicated hero yet, in the first book in the romantic suspense series, The Breaking Point. Don't be fooled. Don't make excuses for me. I am not a good man. I've seen things no one should, done things no one should talk about. Honor and conscience have no place in my life, but I fought and I survived. I had to. The first time I saw her dancing on that seedy stage in that second grade club, I felt my heart pulse for the first time. Keelan Foster was too young, too vibrant for this place, and I knew in an instant I would make her mine. But first I had to climb my way to the top. I had to have something more to offer her. I'm here now. Money is no object, and I have no equal, except for her. She's disappeared, but don't worry, I'll find her and claim her. She will be mine. Like I said, don't be fooled. I'm not the devil in disguise. I'm the one standing front and center.
We are not good boys that just look bad. These are actually bad boys.
Oh, yes.
So proud.
Our hero in this book, I don't, that's not the devil, Nasir.
She's the devil, but he bent it. She earmarked it. She left it out in the sun.
No!
Just do it.
Just do it. I give Honor by Jay Crownover 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars.
All I craved was one night to forget about the tragic murder of my brother Marcus. Elijah Malachi seemed like the perfect person to take my mind off everything my family had endured. He was a hunter, and for the first time in years, I felt safe. However, Elijah had his own tragic past. As the secrets unraveled, my world was thrown into turmoil once more. I had to decide whether or not Elijah was worth the pain his past would bring, and if I was strong enough to stand by his side and fight.
This book was like, it was like an adrenaline rush. You did not know what was coming in the next chapter. You were afraid to look around the corner to see what was going to happen because it was just so crazy, the ride that you're taking with Eva and Elijah. It's so hard for me to tell you guys everything I want to tell you without spoiling anything because this book has so many different twists and turns. You're going to want someone to talk to. I messaged the author and I told her that her twisty mind is kind of freaking me out, but I still love her. So I give Crave 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars. I absolutely loved this book, and I know you guys are going to love it too. If you are looking for this sweet Twilighty story, this isn't that book. If you're looking for a roller coaster of twisty emotions, this is your book. If you're looking for something to get your mind going and out of your comfort zone, this is your book.
Hockey player Leo Trevi has spent the last 6 years trying to do two things: get over the girl who broke his heart and succeed in the NHL. But on the first day he's called up to the newly franchised Brooklyn Bruisers, Leo gets checked on both sides. First by the team's coach, who has a long simmering grudge, and then by the Bruisers' sexy, icy publicist, his former girlfriend Georgia Worthington. Saying goodbye to Leo was one of the hardest things Georgia ever had to do, and saying hello again isn't much easier. Georgia is determined to keep their relationship strictly professional, but when a press conference microphone catches Leo declaring his feelings for her, things get really personal, really fast.
Move is the first book in Serena Bowen's new Brooklyn Bruisers series that follows the Brooklyn Bruisers hockey team. The heroine of the story is Georgia, and she is the team's PR person. Her father just so happens to be the coach, the brand new coach of this team. Lo and behold, the new rookie is someone from Georgia's past. Obviously, her father knows who this is too. This is her boyfriend from high school, her high school sweetheart. The dynamic of her being professional but also being at work with daddy, which is kind of awkward. I truly enjoyed reading this story. I love this new series. Absolutely love this read. This was a fast read. This was an exciting read. Oh, the love story was so sweet and so saucy. I absolutely love this book. So I give Rookie Move 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars. This is a must read.
From truck stops to Southern Coast mansions and prep schools, one girl tries to stay true to herself. These royals will ruin you. Ella Harper is a survivor, a pragmatic optimist. She spent her whole life moving from town to town with a flighty mother, struggling to make ends meet, and believing that someday she'll climb out of the gutter. After her mother's death, Ella is truly alone, until Callum Royal appears, plucking Ella out of poverty and tossing her into his posh mansion among his 5 sons who all hate her. Each royal boy is more magnetic than the last, but none as captivating as Reed Royal, the boy who is determined to send her back to the slum she came from. Reed doesn't want her. He says she doesn't belong with the royals. He might be right. Well, excess deception is like nothing Ella has ever experienced, and if she's going to survive her time in the royal palace, she'll need to learn to issue her own royal decrees.
So Paper Princess is written by Erin Watt, and that is a new pen name for two of my favorite authors, Elle Kennedy and Jen Frederick. So he brings her home, and right off the bat, the boys hate her. They're nasty to her. They don't want her there. They think she's a gold digger. They think that she might be sleeping with her dad, which is gross. But that's what they think of her. The one thing I forgot to mention is she was supporting herself by stripping. And so she, has a really tough time acclimating to this new royal world. And out of the 5 sons, one catches her eye, and his name is Reed. And he's just a jerk. He's a nasty jerk. He's a piece of work, but apparently he's super hot and he gives her the flutters every time he walks by, especially Easton. Oh, that hot mess totally has my heart. These two authors really created a super engaging world that these people live in. I totally went from total ick factor and you're totally creeped out to wow. 5 Chrissy stars. This is a must read.
New York Times bestseller Elle Kennedy brings you a sexy new off-campus novel that can be read as a standalone. She's good at achieving her goals. College senior Sabrina James has her whole future planned out. Graduate from college, kick butt in law school, and land a high-paying job at a cutthroat firm. Her path to escaping her shameful past certainly doesn't include a gorgeous hockey player who believes in love at first sight. One night of sizzling heat and surprising tenderness is all she's willing to give John Tucker. But sometimes one night is all it takes for your entire life to change. But the game just got a whole lot more complicated. Tucker believes being a team player is as important as being a star. On the ice, he's fine staying out of the spotlight, but when it comes to becoming a daddy at the age of 22, he refuses to be a bench warmer. It doesn't hurt that the soon-to-be mother of his child is beautiful, whip-smart, and keeps him on his toes. The problem is, Sabrina's heart is locked up tight, and the fiery brunette is too stubborn to accept his help. If he wants a life with the woman of his dreams, he'll have to convince her that some goals can only be made with an assist.
The Goal is the 4th book in the Off-Campus series written by Elle Kennedy, and this book revolves around the character John Tucker. John is one of the roommates of Garrett, Logan, and Dean. He's on their Briar hockey team. He's one of their teammates. He finds himself in quite the predicament in this book. He has hooked up with Dean's arch nemesis, Sabrina. And so this book goes back in time and shows us the relationship between Tucker and Sabrina. I absolutely enjoyed every second of reading this book, as I have with every single other Off-Campus series book. I give The Goal 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars. You have got to read this book. Next up is my top read of 2016, and I'm talking about Keepsake by Serena Bowen.
There's a first time for everything. Lark Wainwright used to be fearless. Her life is a series of adventures, each one more exhilarating than the last. But her recent overseas adventure was one too many. Now she's home and in one piece, mostly. But her nights are filled with terror. When her best friend offers her a stay at the orchard in exchange for help at the farmer's market, Lark jumps at the chance to spend a fall in Vermont. But her nightmares don't stop. Desperate to keep her fragile state a secret, she relies on the most soft-spoken resident of the Shipley farm to soothe her when her dreams prove too much. Zachariah is a survivor too. It's been 4 years since he was tossed aside by the polygamous cult where he grew up. He's found a peaceful existence on the Shipley's farm, picking apples and fixing machinery. But getting thrown away by your own people at 19 leaves a mark on a guy. He doesn't always know what to make of the world where movie quotes are the primary means of communication. Before hitchhiking to Vermont, he'd never watched TV or spoken on the phone. Actually, there are a lot of things he's never done. Zach and Lark slowly grow to trust one another. One night, they become even closer than they planned. But Lark still may be too broken to trust anyone. When she pushes Zach away, he will have to prove to himself that he's good for much more than farm labor.
This obviously received 5 out of 5 Chrissy stars. This released on October 25th, and I wrote, top read of 2016. I absolutely am floored by this book. It surprised me at how much I loved it. I knew I was going to like it. I did not anticipate Zach's story. Out of the other True North series books, I did not anticipate Zach being my favorite, but oh my goodness, he is. Even if you haven't read the other two books, you have to read Keepsake. This has the hottest love scene I have ever read, and you know how many love scenes and romance books I have read. So that's it. That's my top 10 of 2016. Were any of your favorite reads on my list? Let me know in the comments below. I want to thank you guys so much for your support of Krissy's Book Nook for 2016. You guys have been incredible. I love the book friends that I've made, and I love the authors that I found this year. I found a few brand new favorite authors. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you can find me at KrissysMakeupNook.com or KrissysBookNook.com. See you next time. Mwah!
Shall we begin?